would be a brand new B&M Hyper Coaster. After years of waiting, we finally might have some activity on the Volcano Plot of land at King's Dominion. So what does this mean for the park, and why we could be possibly seeing a brand new roller coaster open in 2024? My name is Brandon, and welcome to Theme Park Predictions. I'm really glad you're here, and if you've never been to King's Dominion, then I highly recommend checking it out. It's a fantastic park that I think could be getting a lot better very soon. And things are getting very interesting at the park because a few of my subscribers sent in photos of trailers now being parked in the former Volcano Plot of land. So what does this mean? Could it be related to a coaster project, or could it be for something entirely else? Either way, I'm going to share with you all of my thoughts on this and what type of coasters I can see coming to King's Dominion in this plot of land. And a huge shout out goes to GM Transportation for providing me with these photos so I can use in the video. As you can see, it appears there's around 3 trailers in the Volcano Plot of land that were not there a few weeks ago. Which brings us to this speculation. What's it for, and is it for 2024? Because in past videos, I predicted that King's Dominion, I could see them retheming the Stunt Track Coaster into more of a safari theme to fit the new area, as well as add a brand new thrill ride to the park, something like Canada's Wonderland's new Tidal Twist, whatever it's called up there, from Mondial. By adding a brand new thrill ride to this location, plus the retheme of the Backlot Stunt Coaster would do great things for King's Dominion and this location. And the best thing about my prediction was the fact that King's Dominion still had the whole entire Volcano Plot of land to work with in the future for their next coaster. And with Tumbili, their S&S Free Spin opening in 2022, the park really is pretty much due for the next coaster, especially since Cedar Fair is really dumping in a lot of money to King's Dominion, and Tumbili didn't really cost a ton of money, so I really feel like King's Dominion's next coaster is definitely going to cost a lot more and become one of the park's top 3 coasters when built. Now there's many reasons why I'm very intrigued about these trailers popping up in the Volcano Plot of land. But one of the main ones is Airtime Mike, which most of you probably know who he is, and if you don't, then I'm going to link all of his socials in the description of this video for you to follow him. And also, Airtime Mike, I know you're watching this, please create a YouTube channel. I know I'm not the only one who thinks this, but you definitely need one. And Airtime Mike and I were discussing this a few days ago, and he brought up a very interesting point, and that is, typically, Busch Gardens Williamsburg and King's Dominion do not add brand new coasters to their parks during the same year. So with Busch Gardens Williamsburg's next coaster being pushed back to 2025, could we see Cedar Fair open up a possibility of a new coaster in 2024 to King's Dominion? I mean, we already know that Dorney Park and Cedar Point are adding new coasters. Is there room left in Cedar Fair's budget for a third? Again, it's a possibility, but there's also rumors around Valley Fair as well as Carowinds on adding a potential new coaster in 2024. So it's going to be very interesting to see what pans out here as far as where the third coaster goes, if there is even a third coaster. So the good news is, King's Dominion fans, is there is a chance that you could see a new coaster open in 2024. And before I share with you my predictions as to what type, if you're enjoying this video, then please give it a like. That is by far the best way you can help support the channel. Also, if you enjoy the Beast at Kings Island, be sure to check out my Beast of a Coaster t-shirt, and you can find this in my online store, and the link for that will be in the description of this video. With all that said, King's Dominion, please do us a favor here. This park is one of the best in the chain and desperately deserves a brand new coaster of some type. Nothing against Tumbili, it's a great smaller coaster, but again, it doesn't spin as much as you should, and it looks great, but King's Dominion, you know what to do the right thing. And as far as coaster types, in past videos, I said something like Mystic Timbers would do really well in this area of the park. It would really tie in perfectly with the safari theme, but unfortunately with all the work they just did on Grizzly, practically making Grizzly a brand new wooden coaster, I don't think it makes sense for marketability wise for King's Dominion to add yet another wooden coaster right after they basically, again, made Grizzly pretty much a brand new coaster. So I'm going to scratch the wood coaster in this location, even though I think that would be a great fit. So my 3 predictions for this location would be all major coasters. And the first one I think we have a slight chance at would be a brand new B&M Surf Coaster. As you probably know, King's Dominion was home to a stand-up coaster and Shockwave, but sadly that Togo stand-up coaster was removed in 2015. So I don't know about you, but I would love to see King's Dominion add a brand new multi-launch coaster from B&M that offers the brand new stand-up trains to really pay homage to Shockwave. I really feel like King's Dominion would benefit a lot from this type of ride due to you cannot find a ride like this at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. So again, those parks are about an hour away from each other. So they really like to piggyback off of one another as far as not adding a very similar ride to each other. So that's great news because a B&M surf coaster that features maybe 2 or 3 inversions, a couple airtime hills, maybe a tunnel, goes over the water a little bit, would do really well for King's Dominion. Again, my opinion. Now with my next prediction, it's something that I've always wanted to see at King's Dominion in this plot of land. And that would be a Gerstlauer Infinity Coaster, something like Hang Time at Knott's Berry Farm. A ride that features 5 or 6 inversions, great airtime moments, and some really cool transitions, but not to mention the ride that offers that lighting package. Something like this, towering over that area of the park, would just, in my opinion, again, would look so awesome and would be a great fit for King's Dominion because you're going to get a ride that features a bunch of inversions and they can market it as the steepest drop in Virginia because we know that Griffin, the B&M dive coaster at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, features a 90-degree drop. So they could easily make this Infinity Coaster offer the steepest drop in Virginia, which sounds like a no-brainer when it comes to marketability. And my final prediction would be a brand new Vekoma multi-launch coaster. Something like Abyssus over at Energylandia would do great things for King's Dominion because this roller coaster is phenomenal. It features 5 or 6 inversions, 2 launches, plus a bunch of airtime moments and potential tunnels, which King's Dominion could definitely benefit from more tunnels on their roller coasters. And after looking at the aerial maps where the volcano used to be located, you can see King's Dominion has a ton of room to work with here. Now the great thing about Vekoma is you're going to get a reliable roller coaster that features airtime again, crazy transitions, and a great rider experience. And it's still crazy to me that we're raving about new Vekomas in 2023, but it's the truth. We really are. Now with a coaster like this, it would give King's Dominion a top 3 or maybe top 4 lineup within the Cedar Fair parks in terms of coaster collections. Now before you go, I do want to share a bold prediction with you, and while I don't think it's possible right now due to budget reasons, the coaster that I think King's Dominion would really benefit the most from would be a brand new B&M Hyper Coaster. Now again, I don't think Cedar Fair is going to be dumping $20+ million into King's Dominion for their next coaster. But if they are, then I would love to see a B&M Hyper Coaster that runs along this layout as you can kind of see here. King's Dominion could definitely fit a ride like this in this location really easily, and it's safe to say that a B&M Hyper Coaster would instantly become the best coaster in the park as far as the most popular among the GP. Because I-305 is amazing, but it's really intense and it's way in the back of the park and therefore never really has a long line. And Twisted Timbers is much more popular among the GP, but still it is pretty intense and capacity is pretty horrible on it. But having a B&M Hypercoaster, something like Mako that offers 2 or 3 trains, would do great things for King's Dominion. So again, I do not think Hyper's coming in 2024, but my fingers are crossed because I really think that's the best bang for the buck coaster King's Dominion definitely could do and what the park needs the most. With all of that said, what are your thoughts on my predictions? What are your predictions? And do you think 2024 is going to be the year for King's Dominion to open their next roller coaster? You know what to do. Let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and of course, keep riding coasters.